Hello, everyone. Welcome to Home-Steward. In this podcast, we'll be discussing all topics surrounding the home and family life with the aim of leaving you feeling empowered in your chosen role in the home. I am Mrs. M, and I am your host. Now, there is a quiet kind of work that rarely earns applause. It does not come with promotions or performance reviews. It does not offer an impressive title or metrics that can be posted online. It happens behind closed doors, in the early mornings, long afternoons, and even the sleepless nights. It can be so repetitive, so ordinary, so much so it is easily forgotten or invisible. And yet, this work shapes human beings. It is the foundation of the society. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is motherhood. Motherhood, especially motherhood rooted in the home, has been slowly stripped of its meaning in modern culture. Not because it lacks power, but because its power cannot be easily monetized, measured, or displayed. We live in a society where things that cannot be commodified, and that is things that don't bring any monetary value, are often dismissed. And what cannot be branded is often belittled. Women are told implicitly and explicitly that to stay home is to opt out of ambition. Being a stay-at-home mom or wife has this negative look about it, as if you are lazy, you have failed in corporate, or even you want to be pampered by your husband. Or to focus on children and the tending of the home is to waste intelligence, talent, and potential. And that fulfillment instead should be found outside the home, validated by income, status, or visibility. In this podcast, therefore, we will discuss why we refuse to fall for that narrative. This podcast is for the mother who feels unseen, stuck at home in a routine, the mother who feels ashamed to say, I am a stay-at-home mom or wife. It is for the woman who feels she has chosen something meaningful but struggles against a culture that tells her otherwise, a culture that tells her, you can do more. It is also for the one who is tired of comparing her quiet life to louder ones, for the woman who knows deep down that presence has a power the world refuses to name. Let me ask you something. What is your response when someone walks up to you and asks you, what is your occupation? Is your response sugar-coated by, I am a stay-at-home mom, but I'll fetch my life after my kids have grown. I'm working on something. I'm not just a stay-at-home mom. I've studied, I've graduated. Do you feel like validating it or justifying yourself to give more meaning to your situation? Well, whether you don't or you do, in this podcast we take a journey towards feeling empowered, confident, and not intimidated in our God-given role. Chapter 1: The World Measure. We will now turn our attention to the world's measure of success, how success was redefined, and why mothers paid the price. Modern culture speaks endlessly about empowerment, yet rarely asks, empowered to do what? Over time, success for women has been defined using the same measurements long applied to men in corporate and industrial systems. And those measurements were income, status, productivity, independence, and visibility. These metrics were designed for environments that reward competition, detachment, and output over relationship, continuity, and care. When women entered these systems, something subtle but profound happened. Instead of expanding the definition of success to include the uniquely formative work women often do, society narrowed womanhood to fit existing standards. While we could appreciate the change from past generations of women not seen as equals with men, today's women empowerment seems to reward the corporate girlie, the boss babe, more than the stay-at-home wife or mom whose work is of equal importance. Motherhood, particularly hands-on motherhood, home-centered, could not compete under this framework. It produces no quarterly returns. It resists speed. Its outcomes unfold over decades, not physical years. The work of the mother is often invisible to anyone outside the family it serves. And so, this kind of work was quietly demoted, not through open hostility, but through neglect, through the assumption that a woman's real life will begin once her children have left the home or are older, through the constant suggestion that fulfillment must be found elsewhere. The message is clear. If your work cannot be proven, posted, or paid, it must not matter very much. And yet, this work of the mother shapes, and the society depends on it entirely. Children do not raise themselves into emotionally stable adults. Values are not absorbed by accident. Security, discipline, empathy, and resilience are formed through daily, consistent presence. The home is not a passive space. It is a training ground for humanity. To dismiss this labor is not merely ungrateful, it is profoundly short-sighted. If you are with me so far, we'll move to a book written by Ellen G. White, and that is Adventist Home. And here we will look at God's perspective and how God views the work of the mother, and what is success according to God's word and not the world measure. Chapter 38, Adventist Home. Women should fill the position which God originally designed for her, as her husband's equal. The world needs mothers who are mothers not merely in the name, but in every sense of the word. We may safely say that the distinctive duties of women are more sacred, more holy than those of men. Let women realize the sacredness of her work, and in the strength and fear of God, take up her life mission. Let her educate her children for usefulness in this world and for a home in the better world. Mothers are the queens of the household. The mother is the queen of her household. She has in her power the molding of her children's characters, that they may be fitted for the higher immortal life. Let her only realize the high character of her task, and it will inspire her with courage. Let her realize the worth of her work and put on the whole armor of God, that she may resist the temptation to conform to the world's standard. Her work is for time and for eternity. The wife and mother should not sacrifice her strength and allow her powers to lie dormant, leaning wholly upon her husband. Her individuality cannot be merged in his. She should feel that she is her husband's equal, to stand by his side, she faithful at her post of duty and he at his. Her work in the education of her children is in every respect as elevating and ennobling as any post of duty he may be called to fill, even if it is to be the chief magistrate of the nation. The mother seldom appreciates her own work and frequently sets so low an estimate upon her labor that she regards it as domestic drudgery. She goes through the same round day after day, week after week, with no special marked results. She cannot tell at the close of the day the many little things she has accomplished. Placed beside her husband's achievement, she feels that she has done nothing worth mentioning. While the father has been dealing with the things which must perish and pass away, the mother has been dealing with developing minds and characters, working not only for the time, but for eternity. God has appointed her work. The mother who cheerfully takes up the duties lying directly at her path will feel that life is to her precious because God has given her a work to perform. In this work, she need not necessarily dwarf her mind nor allow her intellect to become enfeebled. The mother's work is given her of God to bring up her children in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Amid all the activities of life, the mother's most sacred duty is to her children. But how often is this duty put aside that some selfish gratification may be followed? Parents are entrusted with the present and eternal interest of their children. They are to hold the reins of government and guide their household to the honor of God. God's law should be their standard, and love should rule in all things. If married men go into the work, leaving their wives to care for the children at home, the wife and mother is doing fully as great and important a work as the husband and father. Although one is in the missionary field, the other is a home missionary whose cares and anxieties and burdens frequently far exceed those of the husband and father. Her work is a solemn and important one. The husband in the open missionary field may receive the honor of men, while the home toiler may receive no earthly credit for her labor. But she works for the best interest of her family, seeking to fashion their characters after the divine model. The recording angel writes her name as one of the greatest missionaries in the world. God does not see things as man's finite vision views them. All right, you guys. At this point, we are going to have a heart-to-heart conversation. As a stay-at-home wife or mother, you might feel left out on so many things happening outside. Things like climbing the career ladder, securing the bag, the spontaneous holidays, the girls' trips, the old life, and all. The house you live in might get too familiar, and you may experience what I sometimes refer to as home burnout. Home burnout is when you are just tired of looking at the same walls, sitting on the same couch, when everything in the house just seems to carry a memory of boredom or loneliness, and you just feel stuck and you'd love to do something else, elsewhere, and be productive. But no matter how much you try, you just can't escape home. You try the jobs, and after some time you realize, you know what? I am better off at home. Every day at work, you are just looking forward to the time time of going back home. And every morning before work, when that alarm goes off, you debate in your mind whether this is your final day at work, you want to quit, or should you go on, or should you stay home? Because the work environment is just not for you, maybe. The competitive environment is just not for you, especially if you're someone who is a carer. You love the peace at home. You love esteeming others above yourself. You like staying out of arguments and toxic environments. This is not to say the work environment is always bad, or working itself is a bad thing. You might find that in some seasons you enjoy having a job, and in some seasons you don't. There is no pressure to choose one and stick to it. After all, we are commanded to work for 6 days and rest for one. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having a job. Likewise, there is absolutely nothing wrong with choosing to stay at home and be a stay-at-home wife and be a stay-at-home mother. The problem comes when staying at home comes with this guilt or is labeled as nothingness. Every household, of course, is different. Some need 2 salaries in order to maintain a decent living, and some don't. As a wife or mother, you should discern what works best for your family. Choosing to stay at home is not opting out of ambition. It is recognizing that home is a working environment, that tendering the home, nurturing the kids, is a God-given job, and we are accountable to Him. As much as it does not bring any monetary value, mothers are saving a lot of money doing the services that other people would have paid for. And so, thank you for joining me, and I hope you find this encouraging.